This is the Harbor Freight Central Machinery's 10-ton hydraulic log splitter. It is very heavy. It's 80 pounds in the box. It's not that easy to move around. Okay, let's take the cover off and look inside. It comes well packaged. It's got a lot of paper packing. We have a manual. Once you've emptied the box, the poles that are used to pump it just fit right in. They don't even screw in, they just fit in. And you're all set. The box that it came in actually has some, it looks like basswood siding inside the cardboard, which is interesting if you ever wanted some basswood for who knows what, wood burning or whatever. Now, as we start out, let's go over the parts of our device. These are our jack handles. The left one is the fast one, the right one is the slow one. You'll want to use the right one when you get to the end. This is our wheel handle. When it is shut down, that is turned completely clockwise, then the ram will extend as you pump it. To get the ram to come back, you turn it counterclockwise and the ram comes back. This is the ram assembly. This is the ram plate right here. This part here is the wedge base, and of course this is the wedge. And what we do first, of course, is we put a log on these, which you guess you could call the log holders. And to get started, we'll stick a log on like that. Okay, you can do both at once, or 1, 2, like you're doing a kind of rowing machine. This is back further than it needs to be. Okay, now once it gets tight, the left-hand one, which is the faster one, won't really go for you. You've got to do this one. You can then use both if you want. Place a log on the splitter. You want to avoid a situation like this, where a branch is hitting these things, because they can be bent if they're hit by anything. The only purpose of those is to hold the log in place. So don't let anything that could push on them and interfere with your splitting get in the way. Now, here, I have extended the ram as far as it will go. And you notice it stops here. Question becomes, what do you do if you have a piece of wood like this that doesn't go that far? Well, by releasing this, we can go back ways. What I used to do when I had a different splitter than this, an electric one that used so much power it was ridiculous, I would put a piece of wood like this on. But with this splitter, you can't do that. The reason you can't do that is that these things will catch a piece of wood like that, and this piece of wood will bend those. Hydraulic splitter is strong enough to actually bend these, so you don't want to put a piece in sideways. What you have to do is have an adjustment piece. I have 2 of them. I have one that's exactly this length, so I'll always be able to fit, and then a shorter one in case I don't need as much of an extension. We put this extension piece in, like so, and then we'll make sure this is shut. Always make sure that's shut or it won't work. And we'll do our thing here. And that's it. it. So just keep yourself maybe 1 or 2 extension pieces that you can use for splitting logs that don't quite or aren't quite long enough for the ram to reach normally, and you'll be fine. So, how big a piece can you split? Well, they're rated actually for hardwood. So if you have a 12, this is just about 12 inches, which might be the max for some splitters. But that's for hardwood. With a soft wood like lodgepole, which this is, you could probably exceed that by quite a bit. There you go.